Have you bought a used RV? Are you looking to buy a used RV, and why? You can't expect the RV dealership
or the private party you'd be purchasing that RV from.
It's going to be up to you, the consumer.
How naive I was years ago, not even realizing, oh, it's gonna be so easy.
That can cost you a lot of money.
Hey guys, a short time ago, we did a video talking about is now a good time to sell your RV.
And in that video, we talked about the advantages of the used market, why maybe selling your RV privately or buying an RV used could be a really good idea. So in this video, we're gonna talk about some things you need to look for if you plan on buying a used RV. So here's the first thing, very common mistake for newer RVers is buying an RV that is too big for either the vehicle you're going to tow it with, or if you buy a motorized, you can't tow your vehicle with the motorized. That can cost you a lot of money. And now, what are we talking about? So let's talk about the towables. So if you have a towable, you have to make sure that your vehicle is able to not only pull the weight, but to carry the payload comfortably.
So a while back, we did a video talking all about towing and all the details. We'll link that up above.
Let's just keep this real simple. And it's not always this obvious, but we're at an RV dealership. There's a couple of things right here. So you see over to my right-hand side here, there's a enormous destination trailer. That's probably 40 plus feet, probably weighs 12 to 13,000 pounds. I don't know exactly, but we drove in a Tahoe. So we would not be able to tow that with this. And you have to keep that in mind. We've seen this a lot of times going down the roads. There's small pickups, Ford Rangers, pulling these enormous trailers.
Dipping and
it's quite dangerous.
Swerving. And
and it's going to be up to you, the consumer, to know what your weight is. You can't expect the RV dealership, you can't expect the truck dealership or whatever car you have.
Or the private party you'd be purchasing that RV from.
Correct. It's all going to be up to you. It is your responsibility to know this.
And also in terms of tows, and this is kind of where we're stuck right now. So we have a 5,000 pound towing capacity on Nelly. We can't tow our truck, which really kind of stinks. So that's why we have the Mustang. But you have to make sure if you have a car that you plan on towing, that whatever you're getting, you have the towing capacity to tow that car. Number two is going to be maintenance records and service records. You want to be able to see, was this trailer, motorhome, whatever, kept up with, or the oil change is done and everything else that's going to keep it healthy and in good shape.
Right, and this is really important, and it goes on all RVs. Motorized, definitely much more complicated, but for example, we have a trailer here. You know, there's certain things that you have to do all the time. You have to make sure that any of the seals on the roof, I'm not going to go up on the roof, but that those seals are kept up with, that they're in good shape. Also, like the trailers, the hubs, the bearings, you got to make sure that they're greased. If you're on the motorized, oil changes, chassis greasing, all of the yearly service, generator, all of that, you want the service records, any repairs that were done, because these things do break. Service records, maintenance records, they're invaluable, as well as manuals for that RV.
So the next one, this is really important, because this could result in thousands and thousands of dollars of damage, is making sure there's no water intrusion in your RV.
Or signs of it, yeah.
Yes, this could be on the roof, the interior, you know, if it's from the roof, you're gonna see signs in the interior. But as Izzy had mentioned, you know, checking the seals and things like that. And this is where an RV inspection comes in really handy. So a lot of people don't know what to look for, what water intrusion may look like or feel like on your feet. So hiring a third party, a qualified third party RV inspector is really important. We recommend NRVIA, but this person is going to be able to see, has water intruded this RV and are there potential problems that you just may not be seeing. If you're enjoying the video so far, we invite you to hit the subscribe button below, hit the notification bell so you know when we go live and release new videos. Also, we have a private Facebook group we'd love you to join. It's called Endless RVing, RVers Coming Together, and we have a free monthly newsletter. The link to join that will be below.
So the next thing you're going to want to look at is very important and can be quite expensive depending on what you get, is the condition of the tires. And this is often overlooked because for many, on your regular car, you don't change tires every 4 or 5 years. You change them when they wear down because you're using it all the time. But something really important on RVs is that RVs tend to age out before they wear out. These are not getting 20, 30,000 miles a year driven on them. So these tires that you see they're sitting out here, right now we're at an RV dealership, you know, they're gonna get hit with the sun, they're gonna get hit if this place is salted, ice, it's exposed and it's not moving. Couple things you wanna look for, you wanna look to make sure that there is even tread, that is even wear. If there's any kind of signs of dry rotting, cracking, bubbling, definitely use that as an advantage for negotiations. Also, you want to look at the day code. Every tire will have a day code. It's going to be a 4-digit code. First 2 numbers are going to be the week that tire was made, and then the last 2 numbers will be the year. So that one is 3221. That tire was made the 32nd week of the year 2021.
So that's the beauty then. You know, say you have somebody that's selling you an RV and they say, oh yeah, the tires are only 2 years old. You can go and check this yourself. You
Correct.
don't have to trust, you know, be your own advocate and make sure that these are really safe.
And I said that it could be very expensive. You know, tires like this right here, they're not that expensive. These are a couple $100. Tires on a motorhome, I mean, on our motorhome, Michelin tires are about $700 a tire. Needless to say, we're not getting Michelin again. But if you go on some of these big motorhomes that have those big 365 tires, I mean, you're talking, it could be $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 to replace those tires. It is a big deal. So make sure that you look and those tires are in good condition. Also, another thing that's often overlooked are chassis batteries, and more so house batteries. We're a trailer here. This is a trailer, 1 battery. Not a big deal. You go into a big motorhome, diesel pushers, some of those things have 8, 10 batteries. Each battery can be $200, $300. If they have lithium, way more expensive. You want to look at the age of the battery. You want to look at the condition of the battery. Test that battery out. That's why you want that third-party inspector. If you don't know how to do that, test to see if that battery is really charging and if it's still a good battery.
So the next thing, before we get to the bonus where we're going to talk about money, really making sure when you're looking at all different used RVs, which one is going to fit your lifestyle? How much are you planning on RVing? Are you going to have a lot of guests? Are you going to have a lot of visitors? Is it just going to be you and your partner? So all of these different things, again, you want to get the right floor plan. Don't just get this used RV because it's pretty. You want to take into account everything about your lifestyle and your RVing style before you go and move forward with that.
And then just following up with that, why are you getting an RV?
Right.
Is this something that you're going to use once a year? Is it something that like your friend has and you think it's cool? If that's the case, especially if you're a first timer, we would suggest renting and seeing if there's something that you really want to do, because it can become quite expensive. And RVs break when you use them, but they break even more when you don't use them. And it's really important that RV is not sitting out for months, years at a time, because that's when you start having big problems.
Right, and I just want to bring this up. I just thought of this for some reason, but years ago, before we even knew anything about RVing, I always wanted to RV, but I didn't know anything about it. And I remember I had looked up Cruise America, and I was looking into it. I'm like, oh, this is so easy. You just pay this amount and you just get this RV. I had no idea what a black tank was. I had no idea about anything. So how naive I was years ago, not even realizing. I think a lot of people just get into RV and go, oh, it's going to be so easy. But
well,
again,
it's advertised as easy.
Right. And again, there's great things about it. But again, before you go ahead and buy a used RV, you got to make sure that you know what you're getting into. And that sounds a negative, but it's not. Just be smart.
And the last one, and
This is a bonus.
Yeah.
You need to know this.
A lot of people are feeling this right now. They may not have watched our videos in the last year and a half or so, but do not overpay for an RV. Used, new, it doesn't matter. What do we mean about that? By saying that, if you overpay for an RV, you're going in underwater just buying that RV. It's a big mistake, especially if you're looking to resell it. How do you know this? Well, there are the NADA guides. That's what a lot of dealerships use. It's a guide. That's all it is. The real value of your RV is the fair market value. What's somebody going to pay for it? We would suggest highly that you reach out. There's one particular RV appraisal. They're on Facebook pages, but they do have a website. I think for $99. We have no affiliation to them. $99. It's like a 24-hour turnaround. Put the model. They're going to give you the fair market value. That's based on what they're actually selling for.
Right.
So you know you're not overpaying and going in the negative underwater right from the start. So in the comments below, let us know, have you bought a used RV? Are you looking to buy a used RV, and why? Put it in the comments below.
Right, and for us, we have a video actually coming out in a very short period of time talking about why we will never buy a new RV.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good reasons to buy a used RV. And for myself and MJ, it's a journey of a lifetime, and we'll see you on the road.